I'm Greg Zanis, inventor of DreamCar123.com. Right now I'd like to show you painting number 3, and what it shows is 3 separate solar systems, this being our solar system, and these are the 2 that I want to be building on next. Now if you remember before on some of the videos we were talking about the inter-solar system and the planets that were involved there, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Earth. I also mentioned to you how Pluto has to be included as the farthest out and the last built before we send an entire colony to another solar system. So once we get these built, we're planning to send the 5th colony out into deep space. It may take 4 years, it may take 15 years, it may take 100 years to get to the next solar system. And especially if we're traveling at very slow speeds of maybe 14,000 miles an hour. Now, once this is left our gravitational system and left our solar system, it's in deep space, it's in trouble, it's out there by itself. But we're beaming the power of 16 or 32 light beams to the belly of that pyramid, keeping everybody in a life support system. Just because of the light, we're trying to keep these people alive. Once we get that one shot out, then we're planning to simultaneously send another pyramid out, and hopefully they'll arrive there in a reasonably together kind of time. And hopefully they're going to find planets to start circling around in order so they're not independently circling that sun. Once we get those 2 out, then we're going to send a second pair out. It takes 4 of these to start circling another sun. Once we get those 4 in place, then we're going to target another solar system, something close, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to send out 4 separate satellites and or complete building environments following along these light beam lines. And once they're far enough along, then we'll send another 2. But we need to keep the light tracks open to these in order that everybody above them isn't out in deep space and all of a sudden the light gets turned off. That if it gets turned off, it'll only be for a few hours and we'll find it again. And then again, once we get these 4 floating around here, automatically we'll be just simply turning on the light between these again. And what we'll have is the largest light beam that we've ever had, and now this will be the stepping stone into getting us into farther away stars and galaxies. We're just beginning to explore outer space, but we've never talked about leaving our own sun, our own solar system. All we're doing right now is we're sending rovers to Mars and Venus and taking photos and making dirt samples. I'm talking about colonizing these other stars, and whether or not we find a star that we can land on doesn't matter, because we're going to be in the dream car, in the tunnel system. We're going to bring our own plants, and we'll be wasting oxygen out. We won't know what to do with the extra oxygen with what the plants are making. But whether or not there's another type of Earth out there, we're never going to know that. And then these aren't buildings that will be returning like a rocket ship. This is not going to come back. Once they go, they're permanent colonies. If you remember the 169-story building that I showed you that shows the Sears Tower, we'll have 30,000 people in these buildings, in some of the big ones, and 5,000 people in some of the small ones. It may take several generations to get to another solar system, but what I said before is I don't believe that going to another solar system is possible with rocket fuel. You just think about how much fuel you would have to take along with you. It doesn't make any sense at all. You would have to take more fuel than it's worth, and you'll be basically sending a man. We need to send families out in these units to sort of colonize. If we do find another solar system that does have a planet that's habitable, and if we don't find a planet that's habitable, we'll just keep expanding on and on and on. And I'm Greg Zanis, talking about the new possibilities and a new frontier and a new way of exploring. And don't forget to go to the web page and look at under photographs. You can see these exciting photographs. This is the most exciting project that I don't know if anybody's ever thought of anything like this before. And I'm Greg Zandes, the inventor.